Cocktail Sessions, educational and inspirational talks from experienced startup founders, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the show. Yeah.
Just left him for dead.
Yep. You were bringing a knife to a gunfight. I came a long way. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. You got to hit Command L. Command L again. Try that. Okay. Shit, okay, wait. All right, everybody. Okay, turn it all the way up. Okay, here we go. Okay. We have a multimedia presentation tonight. Turn it way up. Oh. We can go louder than that. Multimedia, everybody, multimedia. Okay, my name is Aaron James Draplin. I'm 40 years old. I make logos and think up things up in Portland, Oregon. Have a little shop. I work with a couple partners. No IPOs, no stock owned. Have a bank account. Fiscal projections for the rest of my life are scant at best. Applause, Vegas, great. Okay, a Fremont Street size thank you to Porter, Wedgies, Molly, thank you. Tech Cocktail for rolling the dice on me, thank you. Learning Center, the Learning Village, or Learning Hut, or whatever these are, thank you. And my sister Christine, who lives here, and I'll just say, if anyone messes with my sister Christine, they fuck with the entire DDC, okay? Okay, great. All right, we have, everyone okay with language? All right, because we have a disclaimer by our legal team they put together. Real quick, if you guys could just read that. Thank you. Okay, warning. All right, hey, I'm in the graphic arts. You guys are in the tech crowd. Warning. Won't be multimedia. Okay. Best part right here. Look at. Yeah, great. Okay. Our intentions tonight, to come all this way from Portland, Oregon, is clear the air. What you guys know about graphic design, or you're developers and you have a designer you work with or something, clear the air what you know about this stuff. I want to win you over with a dirty story, because I go and speak at these things with like really smart, hyper-articulate people, and stuff, and we're getting into the muck now, okay? And I want to defy the fucking odds, man, because I shouldn't be up here. Podium, the lights, great. I have no credentials. I have no accolades. Google it. Good luck. I've never won an award. I've never tried for a fucking award. I don't care. I don't have a book to sell yet. I'm getting there. Yeah. And I usually don't wear pants, so we wash my 501s for the big event. Okay, how we got here? I'm gonna go quick. Okay, I gotta go quick. Okay, I'm from Michigan, Michigan, and I was born in Detroit, Michigan. My mom and my dad were kind of hippies and counterculture, kind of weirdos, and they would go to the MC5 and stuff, and I'm a little kid, 1973 here, 73, and when I'm about 4 years old, we go from Detroit up to Central Lake, Michigan, so it's big city, to tiny little town, and that little town up in northern Michigan, it's a beautiful, sort of like childhood. Mom and dad, a lot of feathered hair, riding bikes around town and swimming in the water. All beautiful lakes and stuff up north there. Until you get to about 12. When you get to 12, you start to see the divide in these little sort of pressure systems in this town, where you've got the good-looking kids. No offense to the blondes or whatever. They're all, and the rest of us who were just the weird ones or whatever. Now in that town, there's only the sports star, who gets it, and everyone else just, they're sort of shit, Well, I tried my hand at basketball, sure, but when I was 13, we go to Traverse City, Michigan, and I get to pick what I want to be. And I'm a skateboarder in the summer, and a snowboarder in the winter. And this isn't about who's the best, who has the most money, who has the medal. This is about putting 6 of your buddies in a Subaru and going snowboarding, right? A different kind of sort of collective, like we're all in it togetherness, right? So I go all the way to Oregon when I'm 19 to go be a snowboarder. Smarter kids were going to school and stuff, but I went when your knees are your best. After a little associate's degree, I go all the way out to Oregon, and I go to the mountains when I was 19, the world is so big, the bands sound better. We had no money, but we got to go all over the West and be snowboarders and scumbags and stuff, and it was incredible. The whole time I'm drawing, it's all analog. My little associate's degree sort of opened the door to what design could be, but I threw it away, and I went out there to be young. I'm painting futon covers. I'm painting and just making paintings and selling them to friends, whatever. Did my first snowboard graphic for $300. These are all my roommates right here. Fucking 6 DPI or whatever. But that was the first taste where it's kind of like I can make some cash, and it's not making pizza, right? I need a computer. You're in this kind of ski bum town, and kids are rolling into town with all the equipment and things like cars and everything else that they had. So I have to go to Alaska, and I go up there, fucking Garth Brooks with this thing, sorry. I go up there to wash dishes, and I go up there, and I did 4 summers. That first summer, 120 hours a week washing dishes to make basically $9,900. You're up there in beautiful God's country, but I kind of go with the 13.7 years of cosmic dust whirling together, this beautiful place. I kind of go with science. You're in this incredible place, but you're there 7 days, and you hate it. And I did that for 4 summers while you're enjoying your nice lives down here in the desert. If you look real close, I'm in between shifts trying to save for my first computer. Some dick put a mosquito on my lip while I was sleeping. Yeah, great. Okay, so I go back. I get my computer. I spend all my cash that summer to get this computer. Now I get to work. Now I get to be sort of competitive for the first time. But in that small town, the pecking order is so small. There's no reason to try to, jump the next guy. So I just leave this little town. I go back to Minnesota. I pick Minneapolis because they kind of pick me. I get a big scholarship at this incredible art school. And I pick it because of the underdogs that were there. I could have went to some New Yorks or something or LAs or something, but this was crusty, and it was, there were ugly people there like myself. It was great, right? So there I start developing logos, and I start really thinking about what I could do with this stuff and how to talk about my work. I'm screen printing, I'm welding, I'm building stuff out of wood. It's art school, right? Well, I get out of there, so that'd be 2000. I go take my first job down in Southern California, goddamn hellhole, palatial spread, Orange County, fucking prehistoric ferns and the whole bit, just horrible. Beautiful people everywhere. But I couldn't pass up Snowboarder magazine because I read this mag growing up. I paid $37,000 that first year. And that was about 20 grand more than I'd ever made in my life, right? So things were good. But you're down there in this place where your cruise control set at 88 miles an hour, right? So I got the hell out. 22 months, 2 cycles of the mag, and I get rescued back to this Oregon. And this is 2004, or 2002. And I get a job at this this really cool design company called Cinco Design. These are smart guys. They're doing great work. I get plopped on the Nixon Watches campaign doing ads and photos and art direction and stuff, designing watches. But that first job, you're so excited. I'm a good Midwesterner, and in Michigan, you're lucky to have any job, right? So I get there, and I work hard. They ask me to go late, I go late, right? But you start to see sort of not the abuse, but just the sort of the snowball effect of having to keep all the overhead covered and just working all the time. And I wouldn't fight it because I thought that's what was asked of me, Well, I started working freelance, and basically they said, as much as you want, keep it out of the shop, no problem, but shit tipped, and I could make more after my 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock when I would get home late. I could make more before I went to bed, than I could pretending to want to be at this cool shop with the modern chairs, didn't even fit in them, meetings about meetings, and all that bullshit that goes with, I guess, being professional, right? So that's great. So I jump out. I buy a shit little house. I got a shit little dog named Gary, And I trick out the basement to my spec. just to my spec. So this is now there's no pants. There's a pants optional at this point, right? And that's where I became the DDC, right? So that's 2004. Now I like to show where I came from, because I am from a small town. You guys are from a big town, but you're from a town that's been bruised and beat up a little bit. I know. I'm from a town that never got a shot, right? So I like to show the ups and the downs, because it wasn't easy, right? That's important to know, that it's okay to have to fight, right? So turn that shit way up. And here is why am I even here, right? I'm that among other questions, right? Well, here's proof, scientific proof, that I made a life out of graphic design, right? Out of graphic design. And I was told, okay, not by my mom and dad, but sort of friends of the family or an uncle. It's hard to keep a job, kid. You're not going to like your job. All the shit people kill you to kill a dream, right? Well, here's fucking proof. Last 10 years, here we go, to the little band from England, all right? Here to the beat. Here we go. Complete control of the crowd, see? Okay. See, now, I was told, you're gonna hate it or something. Like, it's an art form in the Midwest to hate your job and shit, right? And I can just say, those guys who tucked a shirt in and went and sold insurance, or whatever the fuck it was, the big shot, all these years later, through this garbage, I own my house, I own my Volvo, I take care of a bunch of people with this, working with my buddies, right? And I'm so proud to show that, because I don't show the work that's like the things that were big or got me an interview or something. I show the things that I got away with, right? Because I didn't think this would happen. One of those logos was 25 grand. One of the records, I got paid a burrito. Because what happens when someone comes to you and says, we don't have any money? We're in trouble, there's no budget, whatever. My buddy Corey comes to me, he's got this little hot dog cart, and he says, Draplin, I'm in trouble. I took that Cobra Commander logo, and am I okay? Or, oh, I'm sorry, I already went over time or something. Okay, well. I took that Cobra Commander logo, and I put it on the side of my hot dog cart, and I had ketchup and mustard dripping off it and shit, and, well, I sold the wrong T-shirt to the right kid, to the wrong kid. His dad was a lawyer for Hasbro, and we got this big packet of cease and desist. Sure, litigation. We're gonna destroy you. We're gonna sue you. All this shit. And this is Corey, my asshole buddy, with his stupid hot dog cart. And he comes to me. He's freaking out. And at that point, there's no money. He didn't have any money. It's like rescue. You know, it's like a rescue mission. It's like the idea that like I spend how much of my time like all week long making things for people that they sometimes they fucking throw away, right? They throw away because someone changed their mind. That's fine, that's life. There's no money involved. The one afternoon with my little finger on the mouse for him could change maybe, we'll get him out of trouble. So we make him a logo, you know, and we make this little Cobra Dogs logo. And okay, it's a big brief. He wants a python eating his tail, whatever, hot dogs, etc. And, you know, there's no, the lesson here was that, like, wow, by rolling the dice on me, by me rolling the dice on him, you free your life up. There's no one paid to look over your shoulder and say things like, that's great, we love it, here are the changes. You know, that kind of shit that people say. Or, you know, whatever, bean counter, you know, sort of bullshit. You hate the person, you never want, but you spend your whole day taking fucking emails from them. I'm done with that, right? Okay. So I rounded every little corner, you know, because there's no budget for that. You do it because you love it, because you love your buddy, right? We start building his little system, and you know, building this little universe for him. And you know, 7 or 8 years later now, he's got a bunch of carts, and it's going. It's not big bucks. It's not. I mean, the woman with the billions of dollars and shit. This is thousands of dollars, but that's pretty cool because I have tricked graphic design into giving me a shit whack of money because they liked the logo they saw on their kid's sweatshirt, right? That's amazing. And this came from a space where it was risky, you know? Because when I look back, a little shoe company in the Northwest called Nike, they do the athletic outerwear and endorsements. Okay. Everyone works for Nike where I live, okay? There's microeconomy, you know, I know what you have here on the strip and stuff, sure. Everyone probably works for that in some respect. But everyone works for Nike, and when I sat across the table, and I basically am larger than the 3 runners sitting on the other side of the table combined, that's not going to fit. You know, I felt bad for him because I'm wrapping my head around the project, and it should be a runner or someone who, well, shit, goes outside, right? I got to see this logo go big, right, all over the world 6, 7 years ago. But what matters, you know, it's like I made his turn this thing on. I made his mom happy, you know. I made his mom happy, and like I rescued my friend, and yet defied that you have to have a paycheck for it. So just think about how you apply that to your lives, to your friend who in a band who needs a poster, or to the client who says we don't have a lot, because it might be that next big thing. Cobra Dogs, they're not going anywhere, okay? Nothing. But think about that. So here's a chance to say thank you. I kind of invented a little thing, or de-invented, you know. I've been collecting these memo books for years, from junk drawers and estate sales and dead, the American underbelly of just shit you don't care about anymore. And I've been going and finding these things, and basically, you know, I made my own after collecting these things. I couldn't find ones at the store, the art supply store, that were kind of cool or undesigned. Everything had bitch soap on it or something stupid, you know, whatever, great. But so I made my own, right? And so that's $2,000, 2,000 books. And, you know, I'm just here to say thanks, man. Someone's buying these, and it's been incredible. And my little goofy idea that I hand screen printed and hand, you know, collated and cut the corners, took them to my buddy Jim Coudal in Chicago, who I've been a fan of for a long time, gave him a stack, and he said, you know, this guy knows how to think big. So he rescued me from obscurity, and we became a company. I'm just here to say thanks, man. Look at Hawaii pop up. We're going. We're putting dots on shit. Look at Las Vegas down there, right? My job now is to take those 1,000 books that I have in my gallery. You know what, guys, know what clipper's claw is? When you clip paths all day and your hand gets all fucked up, right? We clipped 1,000 of these things. They're online. It's the foremost memo book company. We've lost our ass on all the hits we've gotten. Who cares? We get to do that now. We get to do that. So I'm just here to say thanks. We make little leather pouches and wooden boxes for the collectors and big news, coated paper at Field Notes. I know, it's big. And you know, night sky, or I don't even drink beer, but it's a big beer. These guys take notes and shit about bouquet and mustiness and all this shit. I don't know. Thank you, you guys. So the bigger idea is, and I know you guys are here to invent the next goddamn flugelhorn app on your dingleberry or whatever you're gunning towards. This is paper and staples. It's pretty stupid. I know. But we have 9 people. That's 9 more than I ever thought we'd ever have. You know, we have 9 people that we take great care of. and we've exhausted the whole line of French paper. We donate these things, recklessly to schools and shit, and we make money on it. You can invent your own lives. Instead of someone bringing you the little thing and saying, put this cool logo on this neat little clicker, that's what I do, And then they say this kind of shit, like I don't care how big or how little, they say things like, well, that's a fair price, but we actually only pay you this, So always aim, add an extra zero to that fucker. Why not, right? And a month later, you see that guy who cut your thing in half in some cigarette boat, Lake Havasu or whatever you got down here, okay? Okay, so Las Vegas, nice interstate system around here, and quite a town, but you got to go get dirty. We live these lives, I know. Just tweeting and back up, and then the social media, all this shit, great, but you got to go get dirty somewhere. And I mean, real hard living in my Passat wagon, sure, but I have been going for years, kind of all over the nation, right? And I bought a van, total gas pig, but I've been going to places like this, searching for dead things, searching for America, searching for vernacular. This is an old story, I know, but a reminder of where we came from is what I love, right? Or maybe how easy we have it, because I love to go to shit like, ooh, man, now see, some of you with, like, okay, who here's dug a ditch? Okay, all right, yes. Boy, a lot of soft hands in the crowd. I know. This may make you nervous. I know. You might get cut on something. You might get your hands dirty. There's no Wi-Fi, whatever. I know. Well, I've been digging into shit like this for years, right? For years, because I know about these guys in the design world. I know about them, right? It's cool. I had to write papers about them, or I got to meet Massimo Vignelli, which was cool. But I love the idea of unsung heroes of design. Like, it's such cake decoration now, even what I get to do, it's decoration. This used to be just to make a bank right? And yet, the reminder here, by going out and looking at this world, if it's not your thing because you're into bleepy blork music and dressing like Daft Punk or whatever, I don't know, you got, there's so many lessons in this stuff just for color, for restraint, the idea of tomorrow when we do the workshop with Porter, to make something better or bigger on your page, like scale something up in Illustrator, that takes 9 clicks or maybe 1 click for us. And it took a whole team of people a week with big photostat cameras and whatever else they had in 1975, right? This stuff reminds me of what you can do with limitations. Having no budget, having no money, 1 color on a piece of crap wood, right? And yet all these years later, it's still effective. So go play with this shit. I'm so afraid it'll die, and then we're going to be at the mercy of whatever's on Found and the 6 cake decorator designers who are all great at what they do, but there's only 6 because they're all being emulated, and it's just boiled down to she does the chalkboard type on the shit, and then she does wispy type, and this guy does whatever, right? Go play with this stuff, rescue it, be inspired by it when you make decisions, how things work on a page or how you design a logo, right? These are each the size of a centimeter, right? Those principles don't die. Those things are immune to sort of trends of cool type, ugly type, big color, post, modern, bullshit, David Carson, whatever. Because these things are this big when they were made, and now 6 feet, they're pretty good too. That, will make your website, well, you'll be able to use it a little more easily, right? Just think about that stuff. I don't want to die, right? Okay, warning. Everyone okay? Okay, warning. Liberal ideas are coming up. Liberal ideas. Liberal affiliations with things that are that break down barriers of history and race and all kinds of juicy things as we progress into a better America. Well, stimulus package was this thing that we had. We had a new president. We got a new president. What was it? 5, 6 years ago, and well, I'm still pretty proud that he got in because I believed in him, and I believed in this idea that, wow, like someone intelligent, articulate, cool could actually be at the top of the nation, because that other dick before him from 26 to 34 of my stupid little life, I wasn't afraid of his policies as much as just afraid of him opening his mouth, right? So we go out to this thing, Lee and I, and we're going to go be fans. We're going to watch him take this thing. And you're there, and you are 1/330 millionth. Fine, but you get to go, and I was so relieved, and it was great, and it was incredible. We're fans, because I knew about this, and I had written extensively, half-wit sentiment about, like, how design got to show a beautiful face on a national stage and was taken seriously and didn't divide people, It brought the red states, the blue states a little closer. That was effective design. With this logo, the color palette, the type, the beautiful responsive websites and all that shit those guys did. If they could know, how to make the cake decorating pretty tasty, what sort of sentiment would they be able to plop onto, like, things that, maybe go help people or bomb in other countries, right? So that they had me at this. So I wrote about it. And it's all over my site, and I get this phone call. And it's the guy that was like the art director for the logo from this thing called Mode Project in Chicago. And, he says, hey, we worked on Senator Obama's logo. I mean, you know him? Oh, yeah, we've worked with him for the last month. When he's a community organizer? Oh, yeah, right, they made fun of him for that. Right, what the fuck? Okay, yeah. So now he's a president. Yeah, we helped get him there. We did the campaign. We did this. We did So I freak out. And he says, well, we like what you're doing. We've been watching what you do. We have a logo we need help with called the stimulus package. Have you heard of it? And I just... Well, of course, man. I drive a Volvo in Portland, Oregon with NPR. Sure, of course, And he says, well, we want you to work on the logo. And I said, all right. Wow, right? And he says, wait. I got to put you on hold, Draplin. I've got Axelrod's assistant or chief of staff or someone. I got to put you on hold. Click, and it's fuzzy, and there's, like, crackling. And I'm sitting there, like, wait a second. Wait. 3 weeks ago, before America was royally screwed when Barry came in, and we were in a lot of trouble. If you remember, we still are. And what they were up against, this was this first thing we're going to make the stimulus package to kickstart it. And if Steve's talking to this chief of staff, and the chief of staff is talking to Axelrod, Axelrod's talking to you-know-who. I saw it in Time magazine, right? They have a layout, a schematic of who sits where and shit. And I just started to cry. In that moment, I'm sitting there freaking out, and here's what we made. On Wednesday afternoon, we get this call. So me and my buddy Chris Glass, who's this incredible photographer and activist and designer and business owner down in Cincinnati, working designer, he gets a call, I get a call, and we have to make these by Monday. So it's Wednesday afternoon, and he just says to me, okay, Jeff, he's on board, you on board, we're great. Can I see 5 comps by Thursday morning, right? So, I clean off my desk. I make sure Cobra Dogs is just chilling out, So I was told, don't show this stuff. Don't show it, whatever. Now, I don't have a merch table tonight due to different reasons. Tomorrow night we'll have a vicious one. Brought a mountain of shit down. But at that merch table every night, I've been on the road with this, and there's a kid who comes up and see him with his friends, and they're going, should I get the small or should I get the medium? Should I get the medium? Should I get the small? This kind of shit. I made shirts for big boys, 2X to 6X, right? For that segment of my market, right? Boy, tough crowd, huh? Yeah. It's all right, okay. Logo for a bike company last summer, 10 years with Union Binding Company, did a record for this Manor Astroman, didn't get paid a cent, got a stack of records, that's cool. The Sasquatch Festival did all their posters and all their event graphics a year ago. Mr. Jason Santa Maria from Editorially, it might ring a bell. I'm not afraid to go to battle with these guys. These are smart people, man, who are making incredible stuff. And they trusted me with this, so that's a good friend now. And we trade things, and he is a smart cookie. So, yeah, I made a T-shirt and poster for the space shuttle because I just miss it, right? And what it meant to me when in 1981, I was 8 years old, right? Stickers and patches and shit. This summer, I made a logo for the sun. Might as well go big, right? No brief. I just made a poster with 666 of my favorite logos on there, and we'll be selling those tomorrow at the show and at the Mixer tomorrow night and other things. Big record set for this thing called Divided United, where they recontextualize these old Civil War songs with all these new artists and some cool shit in there. Steve Earle and Loretta Lynn. This is for Target, a little graphic I did for their Aspen House. I'm just trying to show the randomness. Oh, full disclosure, I got a personal trainer. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, what the fuck do we have up here? Well, next time you see me, you can see it in my earlobe. See it? Yeah. I've been getting tinier. And you have fucking ropes and the steps and all that shit. It sucks. But I'm at it. I'm going for it. Okay. And this show will go on. Look at all this shit I've been able to do the last 4 years. This is just embarrassing, right? I mean, really incredible. And oh yeah, that's right. We went to a little thing called Facebook a couple weeks ago. You heard of them, right? And there's Vegas. Next week, Raleigh. And who the fuck goes to Saskatoon? I can't wait. Boston, all this shit's coming up. All right, and ending out in Portland in May. I made a tour T-shirt. Like a heavy metal band. And I'm ripping Gary in half. And. Right. Okay, thank you, you guys, thank you. Okay, things I love at the very, very top, all the way at the very end. I love my mom, all right? And she's back there, and you guys all better slather her with Vegas niceties on the way out, or I'll be watching, I'll be making a list. I love my dad, my family, I love Lee, I love Gary. Sadly, my dad passed, and Gary passed. So it's dark days at the fucking DDC, but this is how the universe, I suppose, works. 13.7 years of insignificance, whirling together and making families and wiener dogs and shit, but we're going to be okay. This is my favorite shot together with Gary. What's good for his mouth is good. What's good for his mouth is good for mine. Okay. I love my nephew Oliver. I even love my buddy Dale. Fucking pile of shit. Thank you for your vote. Thank you for your vote. I love autumn. I love guitars. I love records. Ghost signs. All the signs down here is incredible. But I love sweatpants. Shit, yeah. Futura Bold. Old signs. My favorite logo of all time. My buddies in Red Fang are slaying the world with their heavy metal. It's incredible. I love Legos. Love Don Rickles. All this. Louis C.K. It's so wry and just so I like Don Rickles. My favorite band of all time were the fucking Flamin' Lips from Oklahoma City. If they could do it, any of us could do it. These creepy, cosmic, acid-drenched whatevers from Oklahoma. I've been getting my ass backstage for years just to say thank you, give them field notes. Thank them for me in 1992, seeing them and being like, you can do whatever you want, Shit, 2 months ago with Wayne, right, in Oklahoma City. Okay, things I hate, all the way at the top. There's a lot of mountain peaks around here, so we're going to go find the one that's called Dickhead Mountain. Then we're going to climb it together, and we're going to get to the top. We're going to get all the way to the top, up in the ether up there, and there's Kid Rock. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm from Detroit. This shape-shifting hunk of shit. Jesus. I don't like sandals at a wedding. Okay? Enough of the beach theme shit, you guys. Enough. Oh, this is where I look, and I see the heads go, like this. Because, oh, yeah, you're eclectic, you're funky. The brides wear sandals or whatever. Okay, or groom, whatever. Bad signage, don't get me going. I don't like Primark abuse. I do not like Primark abuse. That's a quotation mark. That's a Primark. Know the difference, people. I don't like stacked food. Fucking, right? Upstairs. Epidemic of stacked food in Portland, Oregon right now. Master Chef Jacques Strapp is making you some bullshit. Can't even pronounce. Fucking sick of this shit. $40 a plate. I don't like this guy. Here if I can get it right, multimedia. I don't like this guy. Can't get that shit right. Some blockbuster I paid $40 for me and Lee to go see. Fuck that guy. I hate that guy. Now, hipsters dressing like Amish guys, poaching wireless, hanging out. You get it. Okay. Way over time. Bill me for the time that you guys have to spend at, the learning hut or whatever it is. I'm sorry. Work hard and love this shit, you guys. We're so lucky to do this, okay? I love when I hear designers complaining. There's no complaining when you're digging a ditch or washing dishes. Sure, you do it. But there shouldn't be any complaining clicking a mouse. I mean, really on any level, right? Sure, you get frustrated and shit, but just remember, you're clean, you make good money, and you're inventing shit. Some of you guys are inventing stuff that I'll be flicking around before I go to bed at night. That's impressive, okay? Say yes a little more than you say no. I love when I hear at the dinner after today, someone's gonna come to me and show me some shit, and they're gonna say, we showed them this, we showed them that, they showed them this, they showed them that. The client, those assholes, I can't believe it, they picked the shitty one. And I just kind of will say, well, why'd you show them shit? They want to change, make the change. They want to see more options, show them the options. That's your job, okay? That's your job to make them love that shit. And I'm pretty ferocious about it because there are enough hours in the day. You know, there's no bill changes or what, I don't even know the terminology for this shit. When I lock in on a price, I make them love it for that price because that's my job. I get to do that, you know? Do good work for good people. Do good work for good people. People that you would go on a road trip with or have over to your house or you could stomach to be, I don't know, hanging out with for a weekend, you know. There's carrots dangled in front of me all the time, and I've been so lucky to do 99% of stuff for people that I love, right? So just think about that. We're on Twitter. Follow us. Why not? We number our tweets, and we promise no tweets about coffee, hair, sports, or shit that just says ha. Okay? We can't sell it here tonight for different reasons, but tomorrow night we're going to have a monster merch table with Nevada posters and big posters with logos and field notes and T-shirts and trinkets and shit you need to survive the rest of this winter here. So if you guys are coming to the mixer, come there. Thank you. Thank you.